TV, Facebook, Twitter, email me. The show recently had 4 episodes among the top 10 most watched shows on television. Television networks are adept at spinning a positive ratings story for the show or personality they want to promote, but the ABC evening news show World News Tonight doesn't have to try very hard. The show, hosted by the eminently telegenic David Muir, is leading the competition in total viewers for the 3rd season in a row. Muir's show regularly averages 9 million viewers per night, approximately triple the audience of the top 2 cable news shows, Hannity and The Rachel Maddow Show. During a recent week, January 14th to 20th, 4 episodes of World News Tonight were among the top 10 most watched shows in all of television. But, like NBC Nightly News and CBS Evening News, Muir's show largely stays out of the headlines, devoid of the controversy and political combativeness that keeps the cable networks in the news. While he delivers the news, Muir chooses to not be the news, very rarely granting interviews. Instead, The Hollywood Reporter spoke with Muir's executive producer, Alman Karmamadovic, about the show's success. This interview has been edited for clarity and brevity. How much do you take from the show's recent strength in the ratings, and does it affect the way you produce the show? It's been kind of a steady climb, over the years that David took over. We've been kind of gaining strength, not only in the numbers but in our kind of approach to news. David in the main chair is as authentic as anyone, and he's kind of a steady force not only on air but behind the scenes. And, I think that resonates. He spent a decade before covering the news, and I think that's all coming together now. Does he ever get flustered amid the quick pace of the news these days? David, actually, and I spend a lot of time with him, he is the same in real life as he is on camera. He is really authentic. He is, not only very calm, but steady in his approach, how he reads news. That really resonates. You can see he's involved in everything that we do. He seems to want the work to speak for itself, and doesn't generally do too many interviews. He's really focusing on his job, which is to tell America what the news of the day is. And, help them guide through this somewhat chaotic and turbulent news cycle that we're going through. That's his main focus. Is there something that you think distinguishes your show from the competition on NBC News and CBS News, either tonally or in terms of story selection? For a decade before he became an anchor, Muir was the lead reporter for ABC. He's covered every major event for the last 18 years. Again, you can't fake that. The audience that watches ABC knew about him traveling the world. And, he still does that. He's a reporter in his heart. He's been doing it for a long time. And, I think that's the main difference. He's heavily involved in everything we do. He writes his own headlines. What sort of editorial responsibility comes with producing a show that is among the most watched news programs in America, well beyond what the cable news networks attract? The responsibility is the same for a long time. There's no question that we are living in somewhat chaotic times. It's a turbulent time, to say the least. People just want somebody to break through the noise, and that's what they find in David Muir. Our numbers have been looking very good for the last 3 years, but historically they are exceptional. People really need a place that cuts through the noise, and they find that with David. Unlike cable news, the evening broadcast news shows are generally controversy-free, hosted by straight news anchors who seem focused on just delivering the news without any spin. Is that the goal? David does a brilliant job, and the audience says that. They come to him for not necessarily for opinion, but they do come to him for news. And, they come to him to break through the noise in the turbulent times. We are just focusing on the news. There's a danger that you get into when you focus on he said, she said. Really just focusing on the facts, and let the audience decide what they're going to believe. Facts are facts. We are grateful for every single viewer that comes to watch us every night. That comes with a responsibility. We're going to keep our head high and continue doing what we're doing.